அருணாச்சல ரமணன் பரிவால் உளம் உருகானல பரனார்ந்திடு குகையார்ந்து அறிவாம் விழித்திரவாய் நிசம் அறிவாய் அது வெளியாம் அண்ணாமலையாய் அடியேனை ஆண்ட அன்றே ஆவியுடல் கொண்டாயனக்கோர் குறையுண்டோ குறையும் குணமும் நீயல்லால் என்னேனிவற்றை எண்ணம் எதுவோ அது செய்வாய் கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினையில் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினையில் காதற் பெருக்கே தருவாயே அதிமதுர சாபஹஸ்தாம் अपरिमितां मोदभान सौभाग्यां अरुणां अतिशयकरुणां अभिनवकुलसुन्दरीं वन्दे ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं மௌனமாமுரையார் காட்டும் மா பிரம்மவத்துவாலன் சிவநிலை தவசற்சீட செரி குருவரன் சிற்கையன் உவகையோருருவன் தன்னுள் உவப்பவன் கழிமூகத்தன் அவனையான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே அவனையான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே. Now we shall chant the Mangal Shloka. ஆன்மாவின் போதமருள் ஆசானாம் சங்கரனௌ ஆன்மாவு கண்ணியன் ஆவனோ ஆன்மாவாய் என்னகத்தே இருந்தின்று தமிழ் சொல்வானும் அன்னவ நன்றி மற்றார். So we have to read from 58. அகண்ட சுகமய ஆன்மாவில் அற்ப ஆன்மாவில் அற்ப சுகத்தை அடுத்தே சுரராய் திகழும் பிரம்மாதியேனோர் பிறங்குவரின்புற்று தராதரமாகத்தரி அதனிடத்துள்ள தகிலமும் செய்கை அதையடுத்துள்ளதே ஆகும். அதனால் பரவிடும் எல்லாம் பரம்பொருள் பாலில் விரவிடு நெய் போலவே பருமையும் நுண்மையுர் பத்தி விநாசம் நுண்மை உற்பத்தி விநாசம் குறுகலும் நீட்சியும் கூடாது உருவம் குணம் குல நாமமுங்கொள்ளாமலுள்ள உணர்க பிரம்மென்றுற்று எதனொழியினால் ஒளிருமே ரவியாதி எதனை அவை ஒளிர்க்க இயலாது எதனாலே இந்த உலகெல்லாம் இலகும் அதுதானே அந்த பிரம்மம் அறி ஒளித்துலகமெல்லாம் தான் உள்வெளி வியாபித்து ஒளிர்ந்திடும் அப்ரம்மம் ஓர்வாய் ஒளிரும் நெருப்பினிற்காய்ந்தங்கி நேரொளிரும் அந்த விருப்புண்டையைப் போலவே எதனால் ஒளிரும் எதன் ஒளியால் ஒளிரும் மே ரவியாதி. So the sun and the moon, with whose light they shine. எதனை அவை ஒளிர்க்க இயலாது, whom the sun and the moon cannot illumine. எதனாலே இந்த உலகெல்லாம் இலகும், because of whose light the whole world is illumined. அந்த பிரம்மம் மரி, that is the Brahma Tattvam. See how beautiful. See the very idea that Brahman is the self. In the light of the consciousness only, even the sun and the moon shines, and everything shines, and nothing can illuminate this self. So this is Brahman. Nadatra suryo bhati nachandra tarakam nema vidyato bhanti kutoyam agni tameva bhantam anubhati sarva tasya bhasa sarvamidham vibhati. See, while showing arti, people chant different mantras, like Rajadi Rajaya Prasaya Sahini, and different mantras they chant. But I always prefer to chant this mantra because this is so significant, and it reminds you that this is Drishti Srishti, not Srishti Drishti. Meaning, you see, therefore there is world. It is not that there is world, therefore you see. How can you infer this idea from this shloka? Because of my light, everything is shining. Not because of the world is there, I am seeing it. Because I am, therefore the world. So beautiful. And now, the next shloka also we have seen, Olirthu ulagam ellam dhan. This Brahman or the self, it illumines everything. Olirthu ulagam ellam தான் உள்வெளி வியாபித்து ஒளிர்ந்திடும். And in and through the world also, it pervades. Brahma morva. You understand that to be the Brahman. Like the fire which shines of its own. And when an iron ball is kept or iron ball is brought into it, it pervades the whole of iron ball. And then it shines. Like the Brahman shining by itself, and also which pervades everything and illuminates everything. See, when it is said pervading, you know what it means? It means that is the adhishthanam of everything. And illumining means what? Meaning, because of that only everything is revealed. So, the Brahman or the self, at the same time, is the adharam or adhishtanam for everything, and because of which everything is known. See, this is the idea. In Advaita Vedanta, this Adhishtanam and that light which is illumining is one and the same. But in other Dvaitic philosophy, they say the Adhishtanam is one and the Maya or the Shakti or whatever they say, that illumines. But here in Advaita Vedanta, Sat is Chit and Chit is Sat. That is what expressed in Ulladinarpa, the first Mangala Shloka. So therefore here, it pervades everything and it shines also. Like how the fire pervades the whole of iron ball and it illuminates also. So here, the idea is what? The self has got no names and forms. The world has got no existence of its own and it cannot shine by itself. It has got no light. Light means no illumination of its own. So, the world borrows the existence and illumination from the self, and in turn, self borrows the form and name of the world, and they both shine as the prapancha, as the world. So in that, the Adhishtanam, that is Satchit Ananda Swarupam, is the truth, and the Namarupa Bhedam is false. It's mind's imagination. That is how we have to understand. When you remove the Namarupa Bheda, whatever is a self. For example, tomorrow we are going to see this, but today, that city which is reflected in the mirror, this mirror pervades the whole city, and because of the mirror, the city is seen. Right? So, what is the truth here? The mirror alone is the truth. And the city with different names and forms, that is not true actually. Where is the city? Tell me. Where is the city? The reflected city I am talking about. Please be aware. Don't argue that there must be some city now for the city to be reflected. That is all not taken into this discussion. Now in this example, the city which is reflected in the mirror. Now tell me, mirror by itself will have a building, will have human beings running around. Mirror by itself has got nothing in it. No building, no people moving around, no lake, no mountains, nothing. But these lakes, mountain, people moving around, they cannot exist in this example without the mirror. And they cannot be seen without the mirror surface, that is mirror. At the same time, what you are seeing is nothing but mirror only. Every inch of it is mirror only. And where are these buildings? Where are these lakes, mountains, human beings? Where are they actually? Imagine, whether they are inside the mirror or outside the mirror, in the mirror, where are they? Only mirror is. They are not. They don't have any separate existence other than the mirror. And without the mirror, they won't shine or they won't be seen. So this example is so profound, so clear. Similarly, so don't imagine the self to be like a mirror, rectangle, or elliptical, or circle. No, mirror is just, the self is just illumination. Just the existence principle, which is illumination. You cannot imagine anything about that. Whatever you imagine is only imagination. It is expressed as, it reveals as I, நான் என்றுதான் ஒளிரும் அது. Anything else you would think about it is all false. So just that is there, in that everything is seen. Because of its light, light means not light. Because of its presence, everything is seen. So that is called as illumination. And like the city in the mirror, where is all these names and forms? Though it appears, it has got no separate existence apart from the self. Why? In the mirror also, these buildings and lakes and people have got no separate existence apart from the mirror. Mirror alone is Satyam. The names and forms are Mithya. Self alone is Satyam. The world of names and forms are Mithya. Now the mirror pervades everything. Is that not so? Everything it pervades. Similarly, the self pervades everything. And mirror is the adhishtanam of everything. The self is adhishtanam of everything. Tomorrow's class I have spoken today only. I don't know what I am going to do tomorrow. No, I know class. See? He can sleep. So, this one, this Brahman, it shines, pervading everything. This name and form, this Jagat, this name and form has no existence, or it has no illumination of its own. It shares or it borrows the illumination of the mirror, or the existence of the mirror. Similarly, this name and this world of names and forms, they borrow the existence and illumination of the self. The mirror has got no name and form in itself. Similarly, the self is beyond name and form. You understand? So this is how it is explained. But when they come together, it is as if the appearance of the city is there in the mirror. Similarly, the Jagat Chittiram. Chittiramam Ihudellam Semmalayel. Jagat Chittiram, Vichittiram. It is Vichittiram. This Jagat Chittiram is Vichittiram. There is no reason why it should be there, but it is there. And when the self is realized, only self alone. See, now also mirror alone is truth, not the names and forms in the mirror. Now also self alone is truth, not the names and forms. It's all fantastic, I tell you. If you think about it, ponder over it, it is all fantastic actually. Now we shall move on. Now we have to cover 6 more verses today. So I may take 10 or 15 minutes more. Okay? Brahmam mulahir piridahumanda Brahmatanuvil piridai Brahmatil Anniyamedum avirndaladu mittai Unnuha kanal neerottu Brahmam mulahir piridahumanda Brahmatanuvil piridai Brahmatirku Anniyam yedum avirndaladu mittai Unnuha kanal neerottu Brahmam ulahir piridahum. This Brahma is distinctly different from the world. Ulahir piridahum. The mirror is distinctly different from the city seen in the world, city seen in the mirror. Is it not so? So, Brahmam ulahirku piridahum. When I say everything is Brahman, don't think the world is Brahman. From different angle you can say world is Brahman also. But if you want to know what is Brahman, Brahman is distinctly different from the world. Brahmat anu will piridai. And the Brahmat piridai anu il. That is how we have to read. And the Brahmat piridai anu alavum il. There is nothing, not even iota of thing other than Brahman. Meaning when you see the mirror and the city in the mirror, there is nothing other than the mirror. No, but city I am seeing, where is the city? Show me. You can only touch, you can only point out the mirror. Where is the city there? So city is not, mirror is. But from other standpoint you see, the city is nothing but mirror only. The city is nothing but mirror only. So the world is nothing but Brahman only. But Brahman is distinctly different from the world. The mirror is distinctly different from the city seen in the world, city seen in the mirror. Get the point? And if you say that is something other than Brahman, it is all mithya. There is nothing, even iota of thing other than Brahman. Anu kuda illa, adukku pididai. Is there anything other than the mirror there? Not anything other than the mirror there. Not even an inch of anything else is there other than the mirror. So, அந்த பிரம்மத்திற்கு பிரிதாய் அணு அளவும் இல். There is nothing which is different from or other than the Brahman. பிரம்மத்திற்கு அந்நியம் ஏதும் அவிர்ந்தால், if you see something other than the Brahman, then please understand, மித்தை உண்ணுக காணல் நீர்த்து, it is just an illusion like the mirage water. If at all you see something other than Brahman, if you say that is something other than Brahman, it is just an illusion. Mind's projection. Illusion means what? Mind's projection. Like mirage water. Mirage water is not, but you see it. Hey, I am seeing it. Yeah, you may see it. You go near it and find out. When you go closer and find out, there is no water. Next day when you pass by, you still see it. So seeing is not the pramanam for the water to exist there. You see the sun rise. Is it pramanam for the sunrise? Sun never rises. Sun never sets. You don't see the world or the bhumi, rotating. Then the bhumi is not rotating. So therefore seeing is not the pramana actually. So mirage water, though it appears, it is not. So if you see something, hey, kannala paathen on the ghost, I have seen the ghost with my own eyes. Yeah, you might have seen it, but still it is bhranti, manabhranti only. It is your mind's projection only. So if you see something other than Brahman, if you say there is something other than the mirror there, you are only imagining something. There is nothing other than the mirror. Actually speaking, what is there? Only mirror is there. There is nothing other than the mirror. No, I am seeing the building. No, I am seeing. No, only mirror is there. Go and see what is there. Touch and see, feel and see. See, that is only mirror. If you say there is something other than the mirror existing, you are only just imagining. So if you say there is something other than Brahman, you are only imagining. It is like mirage water. So with the mirage water, you cannot quench your thirst. So this is the truth of Brahman. How profound. So only through analogies you can make it clear. Otherwise, மாத்தி பேசுற மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதுதாங்கிறாரு, அப்புறம் இல்லைங்கிறாரு, அதுங்கிறாரு. What is he trying to say? ஏதாவது ஒன்று சொல்லுப்பா. He is telling everything. But you know what? They are trying to express the inexpressible. Pavam, that is that struggle. That cannot be expressed. But out of compassion, they want the students to understand and also realize. So they are trying to express the inexpressible. So they have to use the language of contradiction only. Because when they don't use the language of contradiction, we will hold on to something or other as the truth. So by contradicting statement, they break all the concepts. They want you to understand, at the same time they don't want you to misunderstand. So the language of contradiction is used. See, that day also we have seen Sunyamai Solikkum. Then immediately Sunyamamalla, Asunyamamalla, Sunyamalla, Sunyamam. Then Tala Suttalchu. Is Sunyama, Sunyamillaya? Sunyamaidan Solikkum. Very good. Sunyamalla, Asunyamamalla, Apro, Asunyamam Sunyam. Pochuda. So, see, that is how it is. Uruvai, Aruvai, Uladai, Aladai, Uruvai, Aruvai, Uladai, Iladai. எப்படா உலதா இலதாய் இருக்க முடியும்? அப்படிதான் அது. உலதாய் இலதாய் தான் அது. Iladai means they are rejecting all the things, world of objects, emotions and thoughts. Uladai means the awareness is. So Uladai, Iladai, Uruvai, Aruvai. உருவாயும் தோன்றது தான், அருவாயும் அதுதான் இருக்குது. மறுவாய் மலராய் மணியாய் ஒளியாய் கருவாய் உயிராய் கதியாய் விதியாய் குருவாய் வருவாய் அருள்வாய் குகனே. So therefore this Brahman alone is Satyam. Whatever you see other than Brahman, it's all Mithya. Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. Jiva Brahmaiva na apara. That is Adi Shankara's Advaita in nutshell. Shall we move on? 64. எதுவெது காணவும் கேட்கவும் மேவும் அது பிரம்மத்தன்னியமாகாது. அதுவுமே தத்துவ ஞானத்தினால் சச்சித்தானந்தமாம் அத்துவித பிரம்மமாம். எதுவெது காணவும் கேட்கவும் மேயும் அது பிரம்மத்தன்னியமாகாது. அதுவுமே தத்துவ ஞானத்தினால் சச்சித் ஆனந்தமாம் அத்துவித பிரம்மமாம். எது எது காணவும் கேட்கவும் மேயுமோ அது பிரம்மத்திற்கு அந்நியமாகாது. Whatever you see, whatever you hear, whatever you taste, whatever you touch, whatever you feel, whatever you think, it is not other than Brahman. Everything is Brahman. Whatever city you see, whatever lake you see, whatever people you see, everything is mirror only. There is nothing other than the mirror. You understand? So everything is Brahman only. Whatever you see, where, from where, தத்துவ ஆகாது. அதுவுமே தத்துவ ஞானத்தினால். When you abide as the self, தத்துவ ஞானத்தினால், from the standpoint of the essence, தத்துவ ஞானத்தினால், தத்துவ ஞானத சச்சிதானந்தமாம் அத்துவித பிரம்மமாம். Everything is Brahman only. சச்சிதானந்த அத்துவித பிரம்மமாம். Non-dual self only, everything. Everything is self only. Whatever you see, whatever you taste, whatever you touch, everything is Brahman only. There is nothing other than the Brahman. So this is where Tattva Jnanatinal. Tattva Jnanatinal means what? When you abide in the self, this is the vision. When you are seeing from the standpoint of the ego sense, then you see only the name and forms having separate existence other than you. Then it is said it is all mithya. But when you see from the self, you see only the self, nothing other than the self. Therefore, whatever you see other than the self is here defined or indicated as mithya, illusion. So whatever you hear, whatever you see, whatever you taste, touch, everything is that only. That is why it cannot be expressed. It can be only experienced. When it can be experienced? When the ego goes, then it is experienced. How the ego will go? Ego will not go. Why? Nobody want to commit self-suicide. Ego want to thrive. Ego want to assert itself, show that I am special. Whenever you seek attention and you show you are very special, there is ego only asserting itself. Whenever you are quiet, unrecognized, then you are okay. So ego asserts itself. I am there, I am there, I am there. Now look at me, now see me. Now give me attention. Like a child. I want attention, more attention, more attention. This is what ego is asking always. But when you don't give any attention, either you don't give any attention to ego or the objects, or you see what is this ego and find out the source of the ego. That is it. So when the ego is destroyed, the self shines. There, this is the experience. The experience is what? Everything gone. Only the self. And then when you open the eyes and when you move around in the world, everything is the self. Nothing other than the self. Everything is self means I am. Everything I am. There is nothing other than me. அப்போ நெருப்பு போய் தொட்டா சுடாதா? அப்போ சுடும். நெருப்பு தொட்டா சுடும் தான். ஆனால் என்னன்னு கேட்டால், the experience is there is nothing other than the self. But from the point of view of the self, nothing can touch it. But it can burn the fingers. இதுதான் புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். விவகாரத்தை புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். How is this Mahatma doing Vyavahara even after realizing? That is the question. Real question which cannot be answered, which have to be realized, experienced one. And that is absolute nothing. But that is everything. You say nothing and you say everything? Yes. Absolute nothing is actually everything. Zero. That zero is everything. Pujyatulle or Rajyam. I wrote an article somewhere in Sri Lanka for a souvenir or something, for some book. I wrote an article. Pujyatulle Rajyam. Zero is the kingdom of heavens, or what? The Maya's kingdom. Pujyatirkulle Rajyam. Therefore, it is all amazing. This Brahmajnanam or Atmajnanam, even to hear and contemplate it is amazing. If you realize something else, it is. Tattvajnanathina Satchidanandamam, Advaita Brahmamam. So from the standpoint of the Absolute, everything is Brahman only. Suppose if you say that is something else, it is all your mind's imagination. Mittai. It's all illusion. I don't know whether this word myth has come from Mittai. There is so much of resemblance. So, Sarvattum Sandadam Satchidananda. Sarvattum Sandadam Satchidananda. பிரம்மத்தை ஞானக்கண் பெற்றான் தரிசிப்பான் ஞானக்கண் இல்லாதான் அண்ணானே காட்சியொளில் பானுவை அந்தன் போல பார் சர்வத்தும் சார்ந்ததாம் சச்சிதானந்த பிரம்மத்தை ஞானக்கண் பெற்றான் தரிசிப்பான் ஞானக்கண் இல்லாதான் அண்ணானே காட்சியொளில் பானுவை அந்தன் போல பார் சர்வத்தும் சார்ந்ததாம், meaning this Brahman which is all pervading, சர்வத்தும் சார்ந்ததாம், which is all pervading, சச்சிதானந்த பிரம்மத்தை, that சச்சிதானந்த பிரம்மா ஞானக்கண் பெற்றான் தரிசிப்பான். One who has got the eye of wisdom, he will see. Only through eye of wisdom you can see this. Not through this Unakkan. Only through Jnanakkan. Arivam Viditiravai, Nisam Arivai. Adu Veliyam. Arivam Viditiravai. Kannadudaan Andavilla Kan. So, Jnanakkan Petran Darsippan. So, one who has got the eye of wisdom, Jnanakkan, Avan Darsippan. Jnanakkan Illadan, one who is not endowed with the eye of wisdom, Annan. He cannot. Annan means he cannot approach or he cannot understand, he cannot realize. You know what? Annamalai means, you know what? Annamalai. Tiru, Anna. Tiru means always whatever divine is called as Tiru. Anna. Anna means you cannot approach it. Annan Dengida Onnade. Have you heard this? Annan Dengida Onnade. Ashtagam, I suppose. Anna means you cannot reach. Anna means you cannot reach. Brahma and Vishnu, they tried their best. They could not reach Anna, Nanna. So, Anna name means what? He cannot approach or he cannot understand or he cannot realize the truth. And an example is given. Kaatchiyolu Bhanuvai Andan Bolappar. The sun is shining in the sky, bright, but Andan, Kurudan, the blind one cannot see it. When you are blind, though the sun is shining, you cannot see it. Similarly, this is Sujnana Jyoti. This is self-evident. He is very obvious. Ullan kai nelli kanibola. Adu kuda poyyai oliya meyyai olirum Atma. Vilangumit Atma. When that is so, when I say I don't know means you are a blind person. Nee kurudanaagathaan irukka vendum. Jnanakkan illan Annane. He will not see the Brahman. See means what? He will not realize the Brahman. Even though Brahman is all pervading everywhere, there is nothing other than Brahman. See, இதுதான் ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு மனசுக்கு. இந்த பொருள் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் இருக்குங்கிறாங்க, இதை தவிர ஒண்ணுமே இல்லைங்கிறாங்க, இதுதான் சத்தியம்ங்கிறாங்க, அது ஏன் தெரிய மாட்டேங்குது? இதெல்லாம் பொய்ங்கிறாங்க, அதுதான் எல்லாமே தெரியுது. தெரியறது மாத்திரம் இல்லை, படுத்துது. This names and forms, this prapancha is so much on our head and troubling us so much, but it is not. The Brahman, which is all bliss, although it is everywhere, it alone is, but somehow it is not perceived. This is Maya. What is Maya? Something which is everywhere, all pervading. That is not seen. Which is not, that is seen everywhere. And it really tempts, enchants. That is Maya. So therefore, Jnanakkan Petran Darisippan. If you are endowed with the eye of wisdom, yes. That is why Guru is so much praised. Because he opens the eye, the inner eye. He opens the inner eye. So when the inner eye opens, you become Shiva. The whole world is burnt to ashes. And what remains? Only Shiva remains. Everything else is burnt to ashes. Even the ashes doesn't remain in this case. Everything is burnt. And only Shiva remains. When Shiva opens his third eye, Jnanakkan, eye of wisdom, everything, that is why it's called as destroyer. Everything is burnt. Meaning, all that is false is burnt. That which is truth is revealed. That is what? Opening the inner eye. The third eye, Jnanakkan. How significant, all this picturization of different gods. Gurudev has written a book, Symbolism of God. So there he is explaining what is Shiva, what does it signify, what is Ganesha. Like that he writes. Very, very interesting. Though that book is very interesting. And about Shiva there are so much of literature. So when you open the third eye of wisdom, everything is burnt, and what remains is only the Shiva Tattvam. And after that, whatever you see is only Shiva. Like throughout the Atma Sakshatkara program, we have been seeing that. Everything is Shiva only. There is nothing other than the Shiva. If you can't see this, then you practice this bhavana. Everything is Shiva. Even the Shiva is not other than the self. Everything is self, everything is self, everything is self. Like that if you practice, you see everything as self. You now identify with the body and say, I am this. That is why you don't see anything. You see all nonsense, different names and forms. Once you give up this, that very moment, you see the self. But we don't know how to give up. Don't jump into the fire. Don't jump into the Ganges. Don't jump from the mountain. Jump into yourself. That is how you can know that you are not the body. You are no body. You are nobody. You are no body. That is Sarva Shunyam. You are nobody. So all the struggle is to reach to that point that I am nobody. When you become nobody, you become everybody, everything. Shravanamadihalar te suru jnana எரியினில் காய்ச்சி எடுக்க சருவ மலமும் போய் சீவன் மறுவில் பொன் போனில் நிர்மலனாகித்தான் ஒளிர்வான். If you say மலனாகித்தான் ஒளிர்வான், everything is gone. நிர்மலனாகித்தான் ஒளிர்வான். ஸ்ரவணமாதிகளால் தேசுரு ஞான எரியினில் காய்ச்சி எடுக்க சருவ மலமும் போய் சீவன் மறுவில் பொன் போனில் நிர்மலனாகித்தான் ஒளிர்வான். ஸ்ரவண மனநாதிகளார், ஸ்ரவணமாதிகளார், by listening to the scriptures, by contemplating on the scriptures, etc. Te suru, that jiva who becomes awakened or bright in his understanding. Jnana eriyinil kaichi edukka. Jnana eri means agni. Jnana agniyil kaichi edukka. When the jiva is put into this jnana agni, which is burning inside as self, that is jnana agni. Jnana agniyil kaichi edukka sarva malamum poi சீவன் நிர்மலனாகத்தான் ஒளிர்வன். All the impurities are removed, and this jiva, he shines as immaculately pure self. Like what? Maruvil pon pol. Maruvil pon pol. Pon means the gold. See, when you want to purify the gold, when you think some impurities have gone with the gold, then what you will do? You put the gold into the fire. Then what happens? It melts and the impurities are removed. So if you want to purify the gold, you put it in the fire. So this jiva also, because of his tamas and rajas, He thinks he is the jiva, he is suffering, etc. When he is put into this jnanagni, I am not the body mind, I am the Brahman. Like that, if he continuously contemplates, or if he inquires, who am I? This is referred to jnanagni. When he is continuously put in this jnanagni, the fire of knowledge, then all his impurities will be destroyed and he shines as the pure gold, as the self, like the gold which shines when put in fire. So this is jnanagni. Where is jnanagni? Inside only. Jnana itself is agni. Jnana itself is agni. Jnanagni means what? Jnana itself is agni. The knowledge itself is fire. Here, knowledge itself is fire. So when the jiva, when he goes through it, he comes out very pure. In another context, we can say all our bitter experiences, negative experiences, all our, bereavements, this, that, everything is like fire only. You have to walk into the fire and come out as pure. So it's pattaramat tangam, chokkat tangam, they say. Meaning what? All these experiences are to make this jiva nirmalam only. But we have to learn. We have to be awake, alert and learn. When you don't learn, no use. So all these experiences are given to us only to make us more and more pakwa, paripakwa. So it's different context I'm talking now. So these experiences are like fire, putting the jiva into fire. Acid test, they say, na? Sita Mata was put in the fire. This jiva is the Sita Mata. When this jiva is put in fire, jnanagni, he comes out as nirmalam. So that is how this jnanagni works inside. Ha 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 ha. What a beautiful poem. See, I don't know what Shankara has written, but here Bhagavan's poem, so beautiful. Idaya veli thonri irudayali jnana Udaya ravi Anma olirum Nidamume எல்லாவற்றும் பரவி எல்லாமும் தாங்கி நின்று எல்லாம் ஒளிர்விக்குமென் இதய வெளி தோன்றி இருளை அழிஞான உதய ரவி ஆன்மா ஒளிரும் நிதமுமே எல்லாவற்றும் பரவி எல்லாமும் தாங்கி நின்று எல்லாம் ஒளிர்விக்குமென் இதய வெளி தோன்றி இருளை அழிஞான உதய ரவி ஆன்மா. இதய வெளி தோன்றி, and he appears in the idaya veli, in the chidakasha. Chidakasha is self. Idaya veli thonri, he reveals, he shines in the idaya veli, in the cave of the heart, in the chidakasha. Idaya veli thonri irulai alignana, and he destroys all the irul, darkness. Irulai alignana udaya ravi anma. Udaya ravi, ravi means the sun. Udaya ravi anma, that sun is this Anma. That sun, he destroys the darkness of the world. But this Ravi, this sun destroys the darkness of ignorance in the heart. So, Idaya veli thonri irulai alignana udaya ravi Anma olirum nidamume. He shines always. He doesn't take any holiday, no vacationing. Always he shines. Nidamume, Yellavatrum Paravi, Yellam Tangi Nindru, Yellam Ulirvikkumen. See, there is a significance in all these three statements. Yellavatrum Paravi, meaning what? He is a material cause. Yellavatrum Tangi, he is a substratum. And Yellavatrayum Olirvikkum, he is the light which illumines. So this is the concept we should understand. When you come to Adi Shankara, what Adi Shankara insists is this. The self at the same time is a substratum of all, and also it is the light which illumines everything. And not only that, it is all pervading. All pervading means what? It is at the same time immanent and transcendental. Immanent means it is in and through everything. Or you can call it as the material cause of everything. See, what is the material cause of the mud pot? Mud. So when whatever you touch, you are touching what? Mud only. So wherever you see the world, it is nothing but Brahman only. So the material cause of the world is Brahman only. So he is all pervading. That is how it said he is all pervading, all pervading. So he is all pervading, and he is a substratum of everything. Means what? Everything rises in him, everything subsides in him, and everything rests in him. So he is the Adharam of everything. And not only Adharam, as the existence principle is not only the Adharam, as the knowledge principle, he alone reveals everything. Without his illumination, nothing is revealed. So at the same time, he is the substratum, Adharam, that, Yat Satyena Jagat Satyam. Because of his presence, everything seems to exist. Yat Satyena Jagat Satyam. Because of his presence, everything seems to exist. Yat Bhasena Bhatiyat. Because of his illumination, everything is illumined. Illumined means everything is revealed to us because of his illumination. Yadhanandena Nandanti. Because of his Ananda, these jivas, they rejoice. Whatever Ananda we get is always a reflection of Atmananda only. See, even from the senses what we get, sense objects, is the reflection of Atmananda only. When you have got the desire to enjoy that object, there is a disturbance in the mind. In that disturbed mind, the Atma cannot reveal, the Atmanandam cannot express. When you get that object, what happens, it is not that you are gaining pleasure or joy from that object. That chitta vritti, it cools down. Then in that quiet mind, Atmanandam is revealed. So whatever we enjoy is Atmanandam only, not Vishayanandam. So borrowing the joy or bliss of the Atma only, all the jivas rejoice here. So see, Yat Satyena Jagat Satyam. Yat Bhasena Bhatiyat. Yadhanandena Nandanti. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. See, whatever we chant in our Guru Paduka Puja, everything is so meaningful. See, nobody has taught us or nobody said this you have to chant. We have chosen, culled out from different sources. These are all very significant statements. When we say Atma Puja, it is very significant. Everything is very significant. When we chant Ariyati Tara Sivara Dagavar Isa Gugail about Bhagavan, Dhyana Shlokam, it is very significant. Avahayami, when we say Yat Satyena Jagat Satyam, it is very significant. When we show Arati, when we say Natatra Suryo Bhati, it is very, very significant. So, in and through the puja, we are reminded of the self again and again and again. When we meditate on Guru, what you meditate? You meditate Ariyati Tarasivara Dagavarisa Gugayil Arivairami Paramatuma Narunachala Ramanan Parivalvula Muruganala Paranandidu Guhayandu Arivam Veli Tiravai Nisam Arivaya the Veliyam. So this is the most illuminating, thing about the self. And when you chant about Arunachala, it's total Atma Samarpanam. Everything is significant. See, because of want of time, we are not chanting this. What is that Guru about what? Brahmanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanam. We always chant for during Guru Paduka Puja. Want of time we are not chanting. That is also very significant. Brahmanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. So, in the puja, though we do puja, we are reminded only of our own self again and again and again. And when we show the arti also, we are reminded of our own self only. See, this is the technique. Though in the outside world you do puja, you are remembering always the self. When you are consciously doing this puja, with chanting this mantra, without hurry, constantly, continuously remembering him, it is dhyana only. And all the 108 names of Bhagavan is also so profound. So, here it is beautifully said. It is not only the substratum, and it is also the light which illumines everything. So, Sat, Chit. What is Sat? It is the substratum of everything. Yat Satyena Jagat Satyam. What is Chit? Because of his light, everything is illumined. Satchit. That's Bhagavan ரொம்ப அழகா சொல்றார். See, ஐயோ பகவான் என்ன சொல்லுவேனா? இருந்தொளிர்னு சொல்றார். அந்த அஷ்டகத்துல ஒரு வேர்ஸ் ஃபுல்லா சொல்றார். இருந்தொளிர்னு. இருந்து ஒளிரும். இருந்து means what? It is. ஒளிரு means it illumines. Satchit. So therefore, இதய வழி தோன்றி இருளையழி ஞான உதய ரவி ஆன்மா ஒளிரும் நிதமுமே எல்லாவற்றும் பரவி எல்லாமும் தாங்கி நின்று எல்லாம் ஒளிர்விக்கும் என். So that Anma which shines in the heart, இதய வழி ஆன்மா, இதய வழி தோன்றி, that destroys all the darkness, the ignorance. இருளையழி ஞான உதய ரவி ஆன்மா ஒளிரும் நிதமுமே. He shines always in the heart. He is the sun who shines in the heart always, and he alone pervades everything. He alone supports everything, and he alone illuminates everything. Without him, there is nothing, and he is everything. There is nothing other than the self, and that is Parabrahma Paramatma. That is the self. So having said this, now we move on to the last verse, and this verse also very beautiful. This is 6 sentences, but not 4. Somehow 6 or 7. 6. I don't know how to chant this because I have not heard it here. I am going to chant whatever comes. Please bear with me. We have to check how they chant in the Ramanashram tune, but there is no time now. We will chant. திக்கிடம் கால முதல் தேடாமல் என்றுமே திக்குமாந்தே குளிர் முன்றீர்ப்பதாய் எக்களங்கம் அற்ற நித்யானந்த ஆன்ம தீர்த்தத்துள் தோய் உற்றவனார் செய்கை ஒன்றின்றி மற்றவன் யாவும் அறிந்தோ நாம் எங்கும் நிறைந்தார் அமிர்த ஆனவன் எனவே அறி திக்கிடங்கால முதல் தேடாமல் என்றுமே திக்குமாந்தே குளிர் முன்றீர்ப்பதாய் எக்களங்கம் அற்ற நித்யானந்த ஆன்ம தீர்த்தத்துள் தோய் உற்றவனார் செய்கை ஒன்றின்றி மற்றவன் யாவும் அறிந்தோனாம் எங்கு நிறைந்தார் அமிர்த ஆனவனெனவே அறி. See, நித்யானந்த ஆன்ம தீர்த்தத்துள் தோய். Anma Tirtham. The Tirtham means what? The sacred river. Anma Tirtham. Actually, where is this sacred river? It is in the heart. This is Atma Tirtham. See, it's very chaste actually. This is the real Tirtham. Atma Tirtham. Nitya Ananda Atma Tirtham. Ever it is blissful. Nitya Ananda Atma Tirthathul Toy. Toy, always bathe in this Atma Tirtham always. How it is? Nityananda Tirtham, unbroken bliss. Nitya Anandam, Mudivillada Anandam. So that is this Atma Tirtham. So Atma Tirthathul Toy. Mungi kuli, mungu அப்படினு சொல்ற மாதிரி இருக்கு. அந்த ஆத்ம தீர்த்தத்துள் தோய். Toy means now you drown or bathe in this Atma Tirtham. See, this is the real Tirtham. Why? Because other Tirtham, he is comparing with other Tirthams. Very beautiful, you know. When you understand what it means, it is very beautiful. See, generally, the Hindus, we all, when we want to sort of do away with our sins, get rid of our sins, where we go to Punya Tirthams. We want to purify ourselves, we go to Punya Tirtham. Like Ganges, Ganga, Yamuna and all we go. Ganges also, it flows from the Himalayas as Gangotri, and then it comes down. Uttarakashi and all, Bhagirathi. Like there she comes down. Haridwar she comes. And Kashi, Prayag. So we go in search of this Punya Tirtham. And it is said, see, today only I have learnt, it is said that Punya Tirtham flowing towards north is still very auspicious, it seems. So they go on searching for that Punya Tirtham which is flowing towards north. So it is written here. So, Tikku, Idam, Kalam, Mudal Tedamal, Yendrum, Yettikkumandu. See, this Atma Tirtham doesn't depend on direction, the place or the time. But generally, we go in search of that Tirtham which flows towards north. And there are certain spots which are very, very auspicious. Like Prayagraj, this Triveni Sangamam. So that place is very auspicious. And Kalam, there are certain Punya Kalams. When you bathe there, it is so beneficial. And you are purified. That is what is believed. So here, there is no Kalam. You need not search and you need not worry about the Kalam. And there is no place. Everywhere it is. And there is no thick, no direction. And not only that, Kulir Mundru Tirpadai. See, in Ganges if you go, you cannot take bath any time. So cold. You cannot even put your finger there. But this Atma Tirtham is not that way. Every time it is so wonderful. Always pleasant. Anytime you can bathe here. If you go to Ganges and other places, you have to wait till 10 o'clock in the morning. I tell you, sometimes you cannot do it. See, we sort of underestimate sometimes, you know. I will have bath at 7 o'clock. No, have bath at 7. You will freeze and die there. My God, you cannot play with, you know, fire. You cannot play with water. Oh, Ganges, my God, you cannot play with it. The speed with which it flows. Oh my God, terrible. Have you seen it? In Uttarakashi and all, you go up, it's tremendous speed it flows. And with that speed and with that chillness it flows. See, when you jump into it, you will freeze. And that speed, that's it. Ram Naam Sat hai. But here, anytime you can bathe. That is the beauty of this Tirtham, Anma Tirtham. And not only that, Ekkalangum Matra. See, certain places if you go in Ganges and all, kulikave thonadu. You don't want to take bath. So dirty. But this is not that. Ever pure. So, there is no Sita Ushna here. There is no dirt here. And you do not worry about the thick directions. And you do not go on hunting for places. Thedamal சொல்றா பாத்தீங்களா, திக் இடம் காலம் முதல் தேடாமல். You do not go hunting for the sacred places. They say Manikarnika Ghat. It's very auspicious, they say. அங்கே தான் எல்லாத்தையும் எரிக்கிறாங்க, எல்லா பணத்தையும். Manikarnika Ghat. So you do not hunt for places. You do not wait for the time. And this Tirtham, Atma Tirtham, Nitya Ananda Tirtham is ever present, always, everywhere. Means it is in the heart always, and there is no time, no direction, no place, and it is always pure, and it is not biting cold or burning heat. It is always there. Anda Atma Tirthathul Thoi Utravan are Seigai Ondrinri. For him who has always bathing in his Atma Tirtham, for him there is nothing more to do. Why? He has attained everything. There is nothing more to do. And not only that, மற்றவன் மற்று அவன் அப்படி பிரிக்கணும். அந்த மற்றவன் பிரிச்சிடக்கூடாது. மற்று அவன் யாவும் அறிந்தோனாம் எங்கும் நிறைந்து ஆர் அமிர்தன் ஆவன் எனவே அறி. Yavum Arindonai, he comes to know everything. That's what we have seen in the afternoon also, na? Yavum Arindonai, Yengum Niraindonai, all pervading. And Niraindu or Amirdanavan. Amirdanavan means what? He becomes immortal. Amritamda Amirdamna. Amirdanavan. He becomes immortal. Meaning what? He will never ever die. Die means not with the body mind. As the self, he is always there. Amirthanavan எனவே Ari. So therefore, don't go in search of any Punya Tirtha outside. And this Atma Tirtham is there always in our heart. Always there. And it is pure. And it has no extreme Sita Ushna. And there is no need to worry about directions or place or time. All the time you bathe in this Atma Tirtham. And once when you bathe in it, and then you become pure, Ellam Arindonai, Yavum Arindonai, and you know everything, Engum Nirindonai. You become all pervading and immortal. Amirdanai. Avan எனவே Ari. Please understand. So with this, Anma Bodham is completed. And this last verse, see, when I read it first, I was not knowing what it means. See, I have taken this Atma Bodha several times. I don't know how. It just has eluded me. But today in Tamil, Bhagavan's this thing was so beautiful actually. When he was talking about Atma Tirtham and comparing it with the other Tirthams, and why this Atma Tirtham is special, it's really very inspiring. And then he says, in the Atma Tirthathul Thoi. So bathe always in this Atma Tirtham. And then you become the Jivan Mukta. So you know everything and you become everything. And you remain as an immortal self. Anmavil Nittanavai. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shant Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So with Bhagwan's grace only. See, we started on 1st March, right? 1st March we started. Till 3rd March we had only 3 classes. And then onwards, Dhan, 4 classes every day. So by 11th, by His grace, we have concluded Anma Sakshat, this Devi Kalotram, and Sakshatkara Prakaranam, and Anma Bodham. And all big texts, 185 words, is Anma Bodham 68, and Anma Sakshatkara 62. So somehow, by His grace, it all completed. Now we have 3 more days, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Aram se we can take Dakshinamurti Stotram. So for the audience who are watching through the YouTube live also, I want to inform, tomorrow morning, as usual, 6:45 to 8, we will have Dakshinamurti Stotram. And tomorrow late morning, that is after Guru Paduka Puja, 11:15 to 12 also, 12 or 12:15, we will once again have Dakshinamurti Stotram. Tomorrow evening, we may not have any class because all the students are going out to Ramanashramam and to the temple, that is Arunachaleshwara temple. So tomorrow evening, we would not have any class. But 13th morning, we will have, definitely. And 14th morning also we are going to have. 13th evening, we will see. If the portion is completed, we will have a question answer session. 13th evening. And 14th morning, we need only one session. 14th morning, anyway, we will have a session. So 13th evening, whether we are going to take the text or question answer, we will decide later how it goes. We should see how it goes. And then we will decide. So 14th evening, Acharya is coming. From 4:30 to 5:30, we would be having the valedictory function. That also will come YouTube live. So Acharya ji will be giving the valedictory address and blessing all the students. And then the Shri Ramana Sampoorna Darshanam will be completed. Guru Kadaksham Sampoornam. So that is the plan now. As of now, we will see how it goes. Om Tat Sat. Brahmarpanamastu. Krishna Krishna Krishna.